Hello guys and welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video, and today we're gonna have a look at Blender. I'm using Blender 2.79, and in this video I will just explain a bit the movement and how to move objects around. Yeah, so let's start right now. If you first start Blender, you will see something like this, or it should be very similar, but yeah, you might have another version, so some things should be a bit different. Yeah, but for now we can just click somewhere around this thing and the little thing will window will disappear, because that's the actual workplace we will use. I will shortly explain how to move. If you wanna move or actually turn the camera, you can hold down the middle mouse button and just drag your mouse around, and then you will see that we're turning around something like here. And yeah, that's all we can do with the middle mouse button right now. We can also zoom in and zoom out if we scroll the mouse wheel. And yeah, actually we don't turn around this box, we're turning around some invisible point in the box. So if you now hit Control and also scroll the mouse wheel, you see that we are moving to the right. We can do the same thing to the left, and you can also see that there's not an visible point. But if we now hold down again the middle mouse button and drag the mouse around, you will see that we're no longer turn around this box, and we are actually turning around an invisible point. As you can see, it should be right over here or something. Yeah, and yeah, that's all actually we can do with Control. And we can also go up if we hit Shift and also scroll the mouse wheel again. Then we're turning around something over here. And yeah, it might be a bit confusing if you forget it sometimes, so yeah, it might be good if I tell this. So we can go back if we just go down again and to the left. Yeah, we are turning now again around this box. And as you might have already seen, that there are three arrows, a green one, a red one, and a blue one. That's for the different axes. And green is for the y-axis, and X for the x-axis, so the red one, and the blue one is for the z-axis. Yeah, it's not visible right now, but it's in the height. So, and what we can do now, we can go with our cursor above this green arrow, and if we now hit the left mouse button, you can see that we are moving the object around on the y-axis. So we cannot move it up or down, we can just move it to the left, so on the y-axis. We can also move it on the x-axis or at the z-axis. And yeah, we can do it anywhere, not that you think that you can just do it on a green line. If we deselect this cube and you wanna select it again, you can't select this with the left mouse button. You are just moving this 3D cursor, which is also useful, but not to select this cube. So with A you can select all stuff around here. You can see here's a camera and a light. But if we just want to select this one, you have to click the right mouse button, not the left one. So if we want to select the camera, we hit the right mouse button, and we can also move this one around. Same with this one. So actually we can move everything around if we select it. We can also select two things if we hit Shift and click the right mouse button on the second thing or on a third thing. So we can select a lot of stuff in a row with if you just hit Shift, or we can also deselect it if we click it again by clicking Shift. If you forget to click Shift and you try to select it, yeah, that's what happens. It will just like this and deselect this both. So, and I show you now some little shortcuts. And I would recommend that you try to use the shortcuts or the hotkeys from the beginning, because you work a lot faster if you're using the shortcuts. So if you wanna make it bigger or a little bit shorter, you can hit S for scale and just drag this thing around. And if you wanna make it bigger like this, where the edge of the window is, you can just go over the edge and the mouse will appear right down there, and you can just make it bigger and bigger, and yeah, that's very cool. And yeah, so you don't have to go right there and then re-select it and hit S. You can actually just do it in one single move. Yeah. So now we have this giant block, and actually I don't want this giant block. We could just hit S again and make it shorter, but we can also hit Control and Z, and then it will go backwards, so the steps will be undone. So now we should have again our little cube. Yeah, another shortcut would be G. If you go over an object with your mouse and hit G, you will grab it as G for grab, and then you can just move it around without this axis. But it's depending from which angle you grab it. So if you grab it from here, you can just move it around here, and there you can just move it there. So yeah, it's also limited. And you can also do it if you go in this white circle and hit the left mouse button, then you can also move it around. And we can also rotate this little cube if we hit R for rotate, and then we can also do that. What we could also do, I hit shortly Control Z again, we could also hit R and then some axis, so like the Y axis, and now I can turn it around of this Y axis. So it will not turn around like something like this. As you can see, it will just turn around the Y axis. You can do the same thing with the other axis, so Z and X. Yeah, and I think that's it for the first video. I will show you in the next video the edit mode, where you can edit this little cube. Right now we can't do something special except of just, yeah, you can rotate it and scale it, but if you really want to edit it, then you have to go in the edit mode, which makes sense because it's the edit mode. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like or subscribe for more, and if you have any questions or something, just write a comment and I try to answer it. There might be something that I can't answer because I'm not that big professional pro. Yeah, but I try my best. So hope you enjoyed the video, as I already said, and bye guys.